Why do we avoid hard conversations for the sake of comfort? My wife asked me a question the other day that forced us to have one, and the room went silent. My wife is currently working on something that pertains to our future. You know, kind of the grown up stuff, right? That you should do, you should at least think about doing, but you kind of avoid thinking about it, you kind of avoid doing it, you procrastinate as much as you can, kind of stuff, Um, Paperwork, decisions, thinking about things that most people would rather not think about. Right in the middle of it, she asked me this question that made me stop. I felt this knot in my stomach. See, because suddenly we were stepping into a conversation that we never really faced before. She asked me if something ever happened to us, what would happen to our son? And just like that, the conversation changed. After she asked that question, the room got real silent for a second. And I remember sitting there looking at her, feeling like this conversation all of a sudden wasn't hypothetical anymore. Now we weren't just talking about paperwork or planning something. We were talking about our son, our future, everything that we've built as a family. And the truth is, there isn't an easy answer to this question. Because the reality is, once you start thinking about the answers, it becomes real. And somewhere in the middle of the conversation, I realized something. I thought this conversation was going to make me feel uneasy, because it's a scary conversation, right? But hearing my wife ask this question from a place of love, it didn't make me feel afraid. Quite the opposite. It made me feel safe, because I realized that I wasn't the only one trying to protect my family. I think people get nervous about having these hard conversations, right? Because they're hard. The future, the responsibilities, the what ifs of life, right? We worry that these conversations might create some distance. But what I realized that night is that as uncomfortable these conversations might be, they actually bring us closer. Avoiding the hard conversations protects comfort. Having them protects the relationship. It didn't leave us feeling distant or scared. It left us feeling united. So what started as something uncomfortable actually reminded me of something, right? Having these hard conversations actually shows you how much trust exists between you and the person you love. And honestly, that's the foundation of everything.